So go a little something like this. That's AVIOT.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Jay Stokes, your gracious co-host, joined by my other gracious co-host, Jay Random. This is AVIOT, Atypical Voices in Our Time, the official podcast of Chemistry Productions. That's spelled K3MISTRY Productions, a media education company. What's going on, Jay Random, on this early morning?
Same old. Glad to be alive. That's about it. What's going on with you, man?
Well, it's funny. I texted you this morning. I was like, hey, man, we didn't do a podcast episode last week. And you're like, are you free now? And I wanted to say no, but the responsible man in me said, you know what? Let's just do it.
Yes, so
here we are.
I hear you on that. Yeah, shit, might as well. This is the only time we free.
Yeah, definitely.
Our day start. So
yeah. And it's early, so I could edit this video and put it out later on today.
And they won't even know.
Nope, not at all. Well, they'll know because I announced it right now.
Oh, okay. They'll know that.
All right, so let's get into these stories for today.
What's up?
A big thing that came out last week was a video by a singer named Daniel Caesar. He's a Grammy Award-winning singer. He is actually Canadian, a black individual, and he was taking up for. Yes. Okay. Have you ever heard of his music before?
No, he sounds familiar. But yeah, he sounds.
You probably heard. Yeah, you probably heard songs by him.
Okay.
But basically, he was taking up. What's up?
No, I'm only joking. Like I said, basically, if you said I did, I did.
I got you. So basically what happened was everybody was dragging him on Twitter, specifically Black Twitter was dragging Daniel Caesar because he was taking up for this woman by the name of Yesjulz. Yesjulz is a social media personality and an internet celeb, so one of those. I know she started off her career. I think, helping with bartenders or bartending and doing club promoting. Well, I don't think the bartending part, the club promoting I know for sure. And she's half Puerto Rican, half Italian, as she explains it. But if you look at her, she looks just white, really white.
Straight up, 100%. I agree.
100%, yeah. And so Daniel Caesar. So let me give you some context into why Daniel Caesar was taking up for Yesjulz. Basically, Yesjulz has a history of saying questionable things when it comes to the black community, but that's who she surrounds herself with. She surrounds herself with the black community, the
culture vulture.
Yeah, pretty much. She's a culture vulture. Yes, definitely. Yes. And so what happens is she happens to have a big behind, or by certain people's standards, and because of that, it kind of gives her a pass in certain spaces, I would say. I think I'm at liberty to make that assumption that it gives her a pass in certain spaces, because there's a saying in the black community that a white woman with a big behind is a black man's kryptonite, which is unfortunate. And I want to know, Jay, do you think this is the case? Do you agree with this statement at all?
What you said about the kryptonite?
Yeah.
I'm laughing because I don't know if it's just okay. So I think big behind is just a big behind, regardless of who the hell is on. It could be on a white person, it could be on an Indian person, it could be on a Japanese person. You know what I'm saying? I think a big butt is just a big butt.
Right.
Because when it's all said and done, because the worst thing you can see is a chick with a nice butt, right? And then
the worst thing you can see.
No, because I'm not finished. The worst thing you can see is a chick with a nice butt, right? And then y'all get intimate, and her butt just look like her clothes put it together. So so I want to make sure that the booty still look similar to the same in them jeans that it did outside of them jeans. Because seriously, sometimes it's like spandex, man. You put that ass in the spandex, if you put it in right, boom. It looks good, but when they take all the spandex, you be like, damn. It look all flabby and sick like Larry Holmes. Like, nah, nobody got time for that. Nobody got time to put that. Nobody got time to put that what's the hell, that putty back together. Nah, man, we good.
So my question is, have you ever seen any of Yesjulz's bikini pictures? Based off your description, would that fall into that category?
No, it would not, because I'm looking at it as, girl, go to the gym.
Okay.
You see, because listen. let's be real. All right.
Mhm.
I feel like this, and I'm sorry for anyone I offend, but I feel like black women, they got the right to have a little bit of cellulite, blah blah blah. But you can't be trying to roll up into our life or in our circle, and you ain't putting no work to it. You feel me?
Who is the
Like
you?
the you as in other cultures.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
so you know what I'm saying, other cultures can't just be straight lazy and don't want to do anything and got a big butt and thinking that's cool. Like, nah, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm gonna go back over here. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like in so
Right.
many ways. It's like I mean, you gotta. I mean, push come to shove. There's no push come to shove. I'm always going with my sisters.
Right.
So since I'm always going with my sisters, it's like, make it worth my while. Make what I'm saying, bounce a
if you're
quarter
gonna
off
step
that
out.
stuff. Yeah,
If you're gonna, yeah, okay.
yeah. So so I seen the pictures, and I'm looking, and I'm like, I ain't nothing fly. I mean, like J Lo's more like okay, 'cause J Lo go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? So J Lo's
Mm,
like that different booty. Like
mm.
just Jules is just someone who just think that men is going to just fly and faint over that. It's like, nah, girl, you ain't doing nothing special. Like, yo, you probably need to do some squats or something. You ain't worth me leaving what I already know was there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
seriously, like when you see a black woman and she may have little stretch marks, it's cool. It's like, yo, all right, because it's sometimes it's a story behind that the way that body look, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? With this chick, she just looked like she just don't even give a F and just, you know what I'm saying? But then I see her in the gym and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, are you like, what exercises are you doing? Because your ass shouldn't be looking like that if you in the gym. That should not be a gym body.
Well, some
So,
people will call that body
personally,
shaming what you're doing right now in terms of talking about other races of women and how their bodies are looking. What's your response to that?
my response to that is, hey, listen, it is what it is. Hey, whatever. You asked the question. I was honest. Like body
Yeah.
shaming, I don't give a damn. Like, I don't even care about body shaming for the simple fact because I'm only talking about her. So
Mm,
if you feel some type of way, whoever listening, then hey, I don't know. Check yourself at the door. Because
mm,
unless I call your name, I'm talking about just Jules. I'm not talking about you. I
mm,
didn't say XYZ and another name or another name. You asked me a question, so I'm saying about that that particular question you asked. No, I don't really see. I think guys is like booty. There's like a
mm.
chick with a nice butt. I mean, it doesn't even matter what color she is. If she has a nice butt and her face is nice too or decent enough, and it's like, yo, whatever. I mean, look at Drake baby mama, who I mean her butt is humongous. But
Right.
but it's also flabby, you
Right.
know?
Right.
So it's like, come on, nah, I'm good. Like, just go to the gym for
Right.
everyone, black, white, whoever. Just go to the gym, have some fun. And no, I mean, a big booty is a big booty to me. But I'm always gonna, look at my sisters, be like, all right, girls.
So if I'm getting this straight, what you're pretty much saying is when it comes to a big behind, and even if it's kind of like a little sloppier or cellulite and everything, you're willing to give a pass to the sisters, because it's like it's what you know. They're what you know, and that's what you're comfortable with, as opposed to giving a pass to other races or ethnicities, because it's like, okay, well, you look this way, I can still get this from my sisters. So if you look the same as my sisters, I'd rather go to my sisters. But if you want me, you got to go the extra mile. Is that what you're saying?
Hell yeah,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
that's what I'm saying. Make it
Okay.
worth my while. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Make it worth like I never forget, right? So a few years ago, I went to a party. So it was my wife and I and her friends. It was one of her friends' party. And this
Hmm.
dude came in with this, I think she was Filipino,
Hmm.
and she had a bad body. So I'm like, bro, I ain't mad at you. Like, even the sisters was looking like, damn, okay. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want. Like, if you gonna step out, you want your sister to be like, I ain't mad at you. Go get it. But nowadays you don't see go get it. You go, you dating that? Like, ew. You know what I'm saying? And even I'd be like, yo, if she was black, would you be dating her looking like that? Nope.
Exactly. You'd be complaining.
So, you know, so now, she could kick rocks, man. She could kick rocks.
Okay. So basically, just going back to the story, I know we got on a tangent, but pretty much when you say culture vulture, yeah, always hit that random button one time.
Random.
Basically, when you say culture vulture, let me explain why she's considered a culture vulture. One time she was doing a freestyle with Soulja Boy, who's a hip hop artist. You know, I'm not even going to explain these people. Just do your research, people, if you're listening to this podcast. So she was on a interview with him, or a radio interview or whatever, and she was rapping freestyle, and she said, because my ass is fat and my skin ain't black, I'm the vulture that you're hunting. Yet they never do nothing. They never give back. They keep killing blacks.
What?
First off, that freestyle, the way she delivered it was bad. Number two, these lines, they don't make sense. It just seemed like you wanted to brag on your body, and you wanted to kind of compare yourself to a black woman. I mean, people might think what I'm saying is a stretch, but I'm just like, it just seemed like a shame. It seemed like a brag, but then you wanted to connect it to cops killing black folk. And I'm just like, I don't see that connection, and I don't see why she even. Oh, why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because I'm glad, because my question was, what the heck is the killing blacks? But I'm glad you brought it all together. Thank you, because I was about to say, well, what the heck is the killing blacks part? Like, I don't understand what that got to do with a fat butt.
Exactly. And then
later,
and then another thing she has done. Like, I'll just name two more incidences before I Why do I keep saying incidences? Name two more situations. I said that on a Ruining Your Faves episode. I said incidences, and I'm like, that's not a word. But
you just made it. You just made it.
I know, right? So two other situations. You said
continue.
Two other situations. I mean, you be making up words all the time, man. So I'm thinking of your bad habits.
All day,
exactly.
Every day. Listen, they call me Mr. Brown in my house. You remember Mr. Brown, that show?
Oh, snap. Mr. Brown.
They call me Mr. Brown in this freaking house. It's annoying. That's why sometimes I don't say anything, because I swear, if I mess up on a like a slogan, like the most common slogan, I put like three of them together. And they be like, no, it's not right. I'm like, yes, it is. Like, what? Dang, like, I forgot what I said, but yeah, I say it wrong all the time. You know, because hey, listen, it must be that ADD in me. I'm already on the next sentence, and I'm just putting stuff together, and I'm like, oh yeah, it came out that way. So what you're saying now? What's up? So yeah, Mr. Brown.
The other incidences. The other situations. So basically, one of the situations was Yesjulz was dating this black dude. I think it was a few years ago, and he was doing stuff in the relationship. I guess he was cheating on her or doing things that he wasn't supposed to do in a relationship. So she got mad, and she tweeted out a photo of a shirt, and the shirt had the writing N-words lie a lot, but it wasn't N-words. What's up?
So it was an actual word?
Yeah, it was actual Niggas. Yeah. So she tweeted that photo out, and she was trying to target him, so she says. But I took offense to this because I'm like, I don't know what your man allows you to call him in the relationship. I don't care if your inner circle of black folk allow you to use the N-word. Like, you can't use that joint out in public. Just because some token Negroes allow you to say the N-word doesn't mean that the public is going to be accepting of that. So I'm tired of.
Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
So what's the difference? And I'm just asking because I'm pretty sure our audience wants to know too. So what's the difference? Because you said she's Latino, you said? And
she's Puerto Rican and Italian.
Okay, so what's the difference between her saying that word and Cardi B?
Cardi B is she's actually black. That's the thing. So I know there's been a debate about it, but Cardi B has Dominican in her bloodline. That Dominican blood, even though Dominicans don't want to claim it, Dominicans are black. Like, their ethnicity is Dominican or Hispanic, but their race is still black. I'm talking about the dark-skinned ones. So Cardi B is still Cardi B is still considered black. Now, if she doesn't consider herself black, then she shouldn't be using that word. Does that make sense?
Now what about Fat Joe?
Fat Joe should have never been using that word, period, because I don't think he considers himself black. However, if you look at his nose and you look at like some features, you can tell he has a black person in his family tree.
Okay, what about Tekashi?
Oh no,
Tekashi should never be using that word. He's
Okay.
nowhere near black. Yeah,
Okay, so basically what you're saying is, unless you're black as in so Cardi B is considered black unless she says otherwise.
Unless she says
Basically,
otherwise.
So basically, like Sammy Sosa, the old Sammy Sosa, the one that looked like Coco Brown, he could say it, but the new Sammy Sosa that looked tan can't say it.
I don't think he identifies himself as black.
Is that what you said? No, I was just trying to understand. So Coco Brown, Sammy Sosa say it, but tan Sammy Sosa can't say it. I'm just trying to figure out where we go.
Pepto-Bismol, Sammy Sosa.
Exactly, Pepto-Bismol, Sammy Sosa. So which one could say it?
The Coco Brown.
Coco Brown could say it. Okay, gotcha. Okay. So listeners, you understand what we're saying. Listen, just because you're Spanish, if you're light Spanish, don't say the word. If you're looking like what's that chick name? Negro,
Marla Negra. She's black. She's black.
Yeah. Okay, so gotcha. Right. So so now we gotta understand it. So is it colorism that allows you to say the word, or is it what is it? I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help you and our listeners. I'm trying to help our listeners understand where you're coming from. So bear with me.
One thing I want to point out here is I actually, on our Tit for Tat web blog, you can find, so Chemistry Productions has a web blog called Tit for Tat, right? And you can find it at Chemblog. I'm trying to type it in now so I can actually get the name of the article. At chemblog.wordpress.com. That's K3MBLOG.wordpress.com. I actually wrote an article speaking about the N-word and all of the controversy behind it. So I did point that out. So, and the name of the article is A Brief Lesson About the N-word. Okay. And it came about because Victoria's Secret models who are primarily white were using the N-word. But let me go back to this. Basically, with the N-word, I don't like it, period, because I don't like where it came from. White people developed that word, and it was used as a term to harm and brutalize black individuals. So that's a loaded history. But since black people want to take that word and they want to use it, I think they're within their rights to use it. I do not believe any other race of people should be able to use it, and you just got to take it. You just got to take it. Like, I can't use a derogatory term towards Asians, anybody in the Asian community, like Chinese, Japanese, Koreans. I can't use a derogatory term towards white individuals. Well, that's arguable based off of history. But it's like there's certain terms that we can't say out in the open. Like, we can't say certain negative terms towards Jewish individuals. We can't say negative terms towards Italians, yada, yada, yada. But this is the word that black people have taken, and they're like, okay, it's our term now. So people just got to be comfortable with saying, you know what? I can't say the word. I mean, you're probably saying it behind closed doors anyway, but you say that word and you think you're down with the culture until it's time to get down with the culture. Then you running away, and you don't want to be a part of it. In a mixtape.
Exactly. In
a mixtape. So Chemistry Productions has a music label called Conscious Records, or a music record label called Conscious Records, right? CON-CHESS-Records. And we put out a mixtape a couple of years ago, and I was rapping on that mixtape, and I said, you say the N-word, these white kids are going to freak. But when the cops come around, like something along the lines of, they say the N-word, they freak out because they want to say the N-word and they want to be a part of that culture. But when the cops come around, they're nowhere to be found.
Oh, so basically it's like everybody want to be black till the cops come?
Exactly. Because the cops have a history of brutalizing black folk. So people want to put on black, and they want to put themselves in black culture. They want to act black, quote unquote, act black with the black scent like Iggy Azalea. But then when it comes time to deal with the pressures that black individuals actually faced, then they want to be like, oh wait, no, I'm not black. Oh wait, why are you brutalizing me? Oh no. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, exactly.
with Cardi B, she is black. If we're looking at the one drop rule, if we're looking at her family lineage, if we look at her appearance, like she's black. But at the same time, if she doesn't identify as such, she shouldn't be using the N-word. I don't care if you're in the culture, you shouldn't be using it.
Yeah, I know. You know what? And the sad part is, we got to actually start holding our rappers that we like accountable, because I think about it like my boy, love him to death as a musician, Kendrick Lamar. When he did that concert and that white girl said the N-word and he ain't check her, that was like a low time for him. I mean, dude, I don't know how you do it, but either A, you remove those words from your songs, or B, you check her from when she grabbed that mic. Like, all right, listen, it got some bad words in here. You already know not to say them, right? And she act like, yeah or no. Then guess what? Pick someone else, because white people would try to be slick if you allow them to, because everybody knows you don't say that word. I mean, and what I mean by everyone knows, I'm like, they know they are not supposed to say that word,
right?
You know, it's just like it's just like, come on, and you already know what that word does, and you already know who can use that word. But for you to be like, oh, I was in the flow, I'm sorry. Like, nope. I'm about to take that mic, be like, nah, next. And listen, anybody out here thinking they could blah, blah, blah. Like, so you got two choices. You either change your lyrics or you just let it be known. Or don't pick white people to come up on the stage.
I like the change your lyrics part, because it's kind of difficult for a hip hop artist to be like, don't use the N-word, and then you have it in all your music and you have your fans that want to mimic your music.
Yeah. Well, the good thing would be, what word can you change it for?
You can just say brother, my brother, or you say my ninja. You know, you can say something different. You can
ninja.
say something.
I like ninja because I use the word ninja.
Mm-hmm.
I use the word ninja, but I don't know. Is that derogatory towards Asian people?
Oh, ninja. Hey, if they say it's derogatory, then
do we got to switch it up? Oh, maybe we got to do like the WWE and the F. Remember that WWF, and they had to change it? Or was it F and then E? I forgot. Remember how to change it?
I think it's F then E.
Okay. Remember everybody's using it, then it's like, oh, all of a sudden someone's talking about, oh, we got that patent. You owe us money. Change your name. Like, what? So, yeah, man. But I see what you're saying, though. Yeah. But yeah, Yesjulz, she need to calm down, take several seats, and your booty ain't all that. Like, I seen, look, I seen a whole lot better booty.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like, you are really a dime a dozen. And personally, don't create.
She ain't fly. She not fly at all.
It's not fly. And don't get comfortable. And for the coons that are allowing her to say the N-words around them and allowing this to happen, you gotta check you look yourself in the mirror, man. That's not a cool word. It's not a cool word. Don't allow anyone else to say it. I tell my sons, I tell my little cousins, well, my nephews, I call them my little cousins. Well, they are my little cousins, but I call them my nephew. I tell them the same thing. Like, never allow any of your friends that are not black to say that word.
Right. And you shouldn't be saying it out loud around your friends anyway.
Yeah, you shouldn't either. You shouldn't. But if you slip up, just let it be a once in a while slip up. But don't allow them to regurgitate it, because you better check them. Because I'm telling you, they ain't. Because think about it. Now they probably think about it like this. They're probably your friend now because they can say the N-word around you. They're not really your friend. Right. You know, you know what I'm saying? You got to watch out for people's motives, man. People are real shiesty and conniving, man. You know?
You're right. But just to wrap this story up, like she's had other situations too that have been questionable, like saying that Justice Hilarious, the comedian, saying that I know Yesjulz was on Wild 'N Out, which is a show with Justice Hilarious, and she was dissing Justice Hilarious during a rap battle and pretty much saying that her man wants Yesjulz because she has a big behind. So it's like she's been pushing.
Can I say something?
Yeah, what's up?
Just Hilarious. That's a chick that's a TV show, right?
I don't know if she has a TV show. I was gonna save her.
I think she had. I think she has a TV show with Rel. If that's just hilarious. She's black, right? She has big lips.
Yes, big beautiful lips.
Big beautiful lips, and she got a nice beautiful big booty too. So no, Yesjulz, calm down, girl, calm down. I'm telling you, please take several seats because you don't got nothing on just hilarious.
Nah, not at all.
Not at all. From the lips to the nose to the. Come on, girl, I could break it down. You just need to sit over there. Sit over there. Seriously.
Yes, sir.
Listen, compare yourself to someone else, but not her, please.
Right. So now I got to speed through this so we could go on to another topic. I know we've been dragging this one out, but basically,
you know how we do.
Yesjulz, huh?
I say, you know how we do.
Yeah, definitely. So Yesjulz was on a podcast with this battle rapper named Murder Mook called Easily Offended. And there's a white guy there, Murder Mook, who's black, and another black guy there. And Yesjulz was just talking about her history, talking about her past. And she was calling out Joe Budden, trying to insinuate like Joe Budden was trying to get at her. And Joe Budden's black. And then she was also calling out Karen Civil, who's a social media and digital marketing strategist. She's black. And she was also calling out Scotty Beam, a radio and television personality who was also black. So it's like, Yesjulz, you're coming into our culture and you're trying to call out these prominent black people in our culture. Like, I don't care what happened. You need to deal with that behind closed doors with them. Don't be trying to put them on blast in public because you are coming into this culture.
I agree.
So that was that. And then Murder Mook really started yucking it up after he saw a picture of Yesjulz behind. He's like, yo, can we see a picture of her behind? He's like, oh, shoot, that joint is fat, right? And then he's talking about, oh, yeah, Yesjulz could say the N-word because she's Puerto Rican, and she's Puerto Rican, she could say the N-word. And I was like, Murder Mook, really? So you see a white girl with a big behind, and now all of a sudden you trying to give her passes? Like, dude.
Well, you do understand people do give Spanish people, Puerto Rican people, whatever. Okay, let me back that up. People seem to give Puerto Rican people the pass to say the N-word. I don't agree with it, but I've heard it and seen it, and I actually hear them when they say it, and I'm like, whoa, son, calm the freak down, but normally.
Does that mean, if we're so buddy, does that mean we could say SPIC? Can we say that? If we're so buddy.
I know, probably. Let's try it.
Can we say, no offense, but can we say wetback? Can we say that?
Well, it's not for, listen.
It's for Mexicans, but you could generalize.
Yeah, you got a point. Well, probably if we make it more endearing, as if the BS they try to run on us. So we got to probably we got to take away, you probably, you probably got to put an A behind it. Wetbacker.
Wetbacker.
There you go. Yeah, that's dope. Like how they said, put the A instead of the ER. Endearing, Wetbacker. Yeah. Let's try that. Yeah, right.
And we're trying to make a point here.
Yeah, exactly.
We're trying to make a point here. We're not trying to marginalize or put anybody down, but we're trying to make a point.
Not at all. Trying to make a point that you got a point. Jay Stokes, you have a point. Like, can we use derogatory words that describe you in a negative light, just like you do with us with that word? I'm pretty sure you wouldn't like it.
Right. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off either.
No, that's cool. No, that was a good disclaimer.
Yeah, so Karen Civil and Scotty Beam, they took offense to what Yesjulz had to say about them on the Easily Offended podcast. And then I think Scotty Beam was saying that Yesjulz had surgery on her behind in order to enhance it, which I don't think is a stretch because a lot of women are doing that nowadays, and they're trying to claim it's real when it's really not. They had a fat transfer.
I agree. Yeah. Let me tell you something. To be 100, I'm never gonna lie. I seen Yesjulz back in the days and now, it's weird how all that ass appeared from nowhere. Like she was a stick before, just like what the heck is Wiz Khalifa ex-wife? Come on, slut shame girl. Amber Rose, right?
Oh yeah, Amber Rose definitely got work done.
No. What I'm saying though, if you see old Amber Rose to now Amber Rose, you be like, whoa. But Amber Rose, she'll tell you in a heartbeat that she never got no work done. This is natural. Like, what is natural? Natural mean because Natural mean because it came from your belly to your ass. That's natural. Like,
oh no,
you know what I'm saying? It's like, girl. So
Right.
in that case, I guess it is natural. But no, I mean, Yesjulz, her body changed for the worse. Well,
Right.
okay, not the worst, but it changed not in a good way. Meaning, how can you be skinny one day, right? And all of a sudden, or skinny for a few years, and all of a sudden, still have the same face structure. Don't forget, she goes to the gym, so her face structure is still the same, but now your ass just got bigger, and on top of your ass being bigger, it's sloppy. It's not defined like how your face is. Like, it don't make no sense. It's like these chicks walk around with these skinny legs and these big booties, like, you know, Tiny from not SWV, Escape.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I would not put it past either, because we all know y'all got a fake booty. We all know that Yesjulz got a fake booty. We all know that
Iggy Azalea.
yeah, I mean, and this is all alleged, but we all allegedly know that, just in case, we all allegedly know that they got fake booties.
Hey, it's Jay Stokes here. Just wanted to pause this podcast real quick to let you know that a certain family who has infiltrated the media, we do not say their names on this podcast. So yeah, Jay Random said it, and I promptly reversed that on this recording. So if you want to know the names of the individuals that he said, you can just reverse it if you take the audio from this podcast and play it yourselves. But yeah, we stand by that principle. Continue.
You know? But they're not the only ones. I mean, even sisters. Like, come on, even Cardi B and allegedly and
No,
Nicki
she
Minaj.
does. Cardi B does have. Ain't no allegedly. That is fake.
Well, I know it is, but you know, man, I don't want nobody suing our podcast.
Fine. Allegedly.
Look,
Fine.
so I mean, you know, it was all said and done. I mean, it is what it is. But only thing I'm saying is, and that's another thing. Like, don't don't promote your booty if it ain't real.
Right. You know what gets me? The women that have these surgeries and then they got the nerve to make demands on what they want in a guy and what they want on a guy. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is crazy. It's totally crazy, man. Yeah. It's women, man. They have the nerves to do a lot of stuff. I was about to curse. They do a lot of stuff that doesn't make any sense, you know. You know, just like they want a man that got a good job when they don't got a good job.
Right. Right.
You know, they want a man to be faithful when they ain't faithful.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Right.
so their demands are off the chain sometimes anyway. You can't even pay attention to it because you give them what they want and they don't even want it. So, you know,
Right.
so
Yeah,
it could be either or. And you know, the sad part is men do the same. So it's not just a woman thing. Just I think it's just
But at least men, and
Mhm.
not to be biased because I am a man, but I think a lot of times men are forward about it though.
we are.
Where it's like, we want this. Yes, it doesn't make sense, but we want this. Whereas a woman will say, we want this, but they don't really want that. You know what I mean?
No, they
Yeah,
don't.
so-
They don't because they get it, then they get bored.
Right.
It's like, listen, you understand what you ask for is what you get. 9 out of 10, if you got it, it ain't gonna change.
Right.
So you
So
sure
it's
you
like-
want
it's
that?
Yeah, it's like a guy. A guy will say, I want a nice girl, but I also want side pieces, right? Straightforward. That's straightforward. But a woman would say, I want a nice guy that treats me well, that's a little hood, right? So they get that and they're not satisfied.
Exactly, because he ain't hood enough.
Exactly. And it's like, why do you have to have a little hood in you for? Like, why? Does that mean you have to have an edge? Like, why it has to be hood? Like, hood dudes are dangerous. You want to get smacked in the face? You want to have you play a shot up? Like, why is that necessary?
Yo, dude, that's why I'm saying you never understand them. I won't. Don't even try to anymore. I'm over it. You lose. Listen, you see these grays? You don't want these.
Oh my God. So yeah, so now that's the Yesjulz scenario. Going back to Daniel Caesar, I know it seems like a long time ago, but Daniel Caesar was taking up for her saying black people need to stop treating white people so bad. Like, we always are going in on white people and saying bad things about them, but then we can't take it. And he's like, hey, white people treat us bad, but that's in the past. I'm like, what?
What? That's a lot.
And then he's like, all we need is love. I said, are you serious? Like, Martin Luther King was all about love, and look what happened to him. So now it's not all we need is love, and the problem is he was recording on his Instagram live, and he was like, I'm so drunk right now, and it's like and he was around his boys. I'm like, number one, and his boys, I think one guy was black, the rest looked like Asian, white, or something like that. I'm like, yo, if these really your boys, they should take your phone away from you when you're drunk talking on Instagram live, because you're not gonna do anything but make yourself look bad.
Exactly.
So yeah, that was the whole thing about everybody dragging Daniel Caesar. So people are talking about canceling
drag him in the mud. Now, who's Daniel Caesar? Was he? Now, who's he again? R&B singer?
Yeah, I guess you could classify him as I wouldn't classify him necessarily as an R&B singer. He sings different types of music, but mostly slow. His music is good. Oh, yo, I'm looking online right now. It says Daniel Caesar apologizes for controversial comments. I can admit when I am wrong. Wow.
Okay.
Wow. And Joe Budden said Daniel Caesar sent him a peace offering via text. So you know why? Because
why?
All right, so his genres of music are contemporary R&B, soul music, and neo soul. So yeah, you're right with the R&B. But you know why? Because he said when he was drunk, he said, I don't care, black people, you can cancel me. I don't care. I'm going to speak what I want to say. Like, you could cancel me right now. And probably what happened was black people took him up on that and said, all right, we're going to cancel you then. So he probably see them record sales dip, and he was like, never mind. Let me apologize.
Yo, listen, I don't even rock with apologies like that. Because my thing is this, man. In life, man, you gotta just try to be. First of all, you gotta watch what you say.
Yeah,
you're right. When you're drunk, you should not be on Instagram Live or Facebook Live. And you're only apologizing because it affected you. You're not apologizing for your views. You're only apologizing because it affected you. You know. Right. Because if it didn't affect you, then you probably got on the mic the next day and started talking more stuff. So what are you really apologizing for? Are you apologizing because now your pockets are hurting, or you're apologizing because what you said was truly wrong and you truly believe that was not the right way to go? I'm just asking that question. You feel me?
Yeah, I hear you. And the thing is, like, Daniel Caesar, when he was drunk, I believe when people what people say when they drunk, that's really their truth. So
dude, let me tell you something.
Okay.
I agree. Oh my God, I agree. That's why I don't talk too much when I'm drunk.
You know me, I be telling the whole world, I love everybody.
That's why I don't say too much. It's rare you're gonna hear me say anything.
I'll be like, I want everybody to get along, but I know it's not gonna happen. Like, that's me when I'm drunk. I want everybody to get along, but I know it's not gonna happen. I love my black people. That's me drunk. That's me drunk all day. That's me drunk all day.
I don't say anything. I will start talking. I will start spitting some fire. Get the tape decks ready. Start recording.
So, speaking of apologies, there's a way to go about your apologies. And Justice Hilarious recently had to give an apology, or she didn't have to, but she chose to give an apology on her IG Live, I believe, or her social media, because she was on a plane and she was trying to make a joke because she saw an individual with a turban on the plane, and she said, "Ooh." Like she's like making it seem like, oh, this is a terrorist, right? And so it was bad timing because this is right after the New Zealand attack by a white supremacist where he shot up a mosque dealing with Muslim individuals. So the fact that Justice Hilarious made she was trying to make a joke about it and it was a stereotype, that was not great timing. And it's not good to do that in general, because we shouldn't be stereotyping Muslim individuals, because for the most part, Muslims are very peaceful people. In fact, I
agree.
In fact, I would actually go on record as saying that Christians are more dangerous than Muslims in terms of what they've done to the world. If you think about it.
Preach.
Yeah, if you think about it. And this is a Sunday too, right? So
I'm getting my sermon ready. Oh my God, I got my ties ready. Okay, continue.
So basically, if you look at history, right? Any religious group
you got change for 20?
Nah.
20, man. Listen, what you saying ain't worth $20 now. I'm gonna give you like $5 tie, right? Okay, continue. Continue.
This dude. So if you look at history, all religious groups, they've done wicked and righteous things. However, I look at
in the name of the Lord.
In the name of their Lord, yes. But when I look at Christianity in general, like look at our current president, Donald J. Trump, right? He is Christian, and look at him. Like America controls a great portion of the world, or they have influence all over the world, and it's usually negative. And look, so you have a Christian nation, even though America likes to say, oh, you know, we welcome people of all faiths and backgrounds. America is a Christian nation, and look what they've done. Look at the European, I used to say European settlers, but I want to say European terrorists, and how they committed genocide against the Native Americans in America and in South America. They were all Christian. You look at how Europeans have destroyed Africa, the different countries in Africa, and they're all Christian. So it's like, and even though there's more Muslims in the world, Christianity controls the world, if that makes sense. Do you get me?
It does. No, it does. It does. It does. Because don't forget, Christianity was the same thing that the slave masters used to justify slavery.
Exactly. So and it's always crazy, like, not to get down on everybody's religion or anything, but it's always crazy to me how Black individuals know how wicked Christianity has been, and they've seen how white individuals who practice Christianity have treated them, yet they still have a white Jesus on a cross in their house, or they still have a picture of a white Jesus. Like, to me, that's backwards. It's like you're worshiping your oppressor.
Exactly. And also mimicking your oppressor.
Right.
It's funny that you say that, right? Well, I want you to continue, then I want to tell you about this book I'm reading. So
okay,
because it's similar to what we're talking about.
Okay, so quickly with the Justice Hilarious thing. So she was making fun of this guy with a turban on his head, and she later found out that he was a Sikh. She later found out that this guy was a Sikh. So a Sikh, I believe, belongs to the Indian area of the world. Like, they're a sect of Indians, I want to say. Am I right on that, Jay Random? I think Sikh is a sect of Indians. Let me look it up. Sikh.
I would be lying if I said yes.
Yeah, no, it is Sikh India. Sikh Indian. Sorry, y'all, my bad. I didn't do my research on this. Yes, it is a type of Indian religion, I believe. So this guy was Sikh, and so Just Hilarious got backlash from the video she posted, and because the guy ended up being removed from the plane, and people thought that she was the one that got him removed from the plane, but she was like, no, I didn't get him removed from the plane. So obviously my fear of this guy, or me poking fun at him, was justified because he got removed from the plane. So maybe he was up to shady activity, right? She got a lot of backlash, and Black Twitter dragged her, which I really want to comment on in a minute. And a lot of people dragged her, especially people in the Muslim community, people in the Sikh community, and they educated her. So Justice Hilarious made a tearful apology about it on her IG Live. And she said she didn't know. She got educated about it. And this is what makes me take her apology more seriously. She said she was going to donate $15,000 to a charity in New Zealand to help with the individuals who were shot, or the families of the individuals who were affected by the shooting there. So Jay Random, so what do you think of Just Hilarious donating that $15,000 to the victims of the New Zealand shooting? Do you think that makes her apology more believable, that makes it better, as opposed to just apologizing because it might affect her career?
Wow. Shoot, that's a loaded question. So let me see if I can answer it.
Yeah, she dropped bread. So it's like, not only did she apologize, she dropped bread to help individuals who were threatened because of the way they looked, similar to the people that she was making fun of. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. And hopefully she learns from this and understands that, joking is just that, it's joking. But the problem is, nowadays this world is so corrupt, we never know that when our joke can fall on deaf ears, meaning because a situation can happen the day of your joke, or the week of your joke, and now it's like, oh shoot, because I think if she did that a year ago, it probably would have been funny. Like, okay, whatever, but nowadays, every time you turn around, Muslims are being targeted, as well as black people, but Muslims are being targeted because of their faith. So sometimes you got to just know your audience, and also understand that could be you. Someone could be judging you. So yeah, her apology, I'm glad she apologized. Does the money make it any better? I don't know. I mean, sometimes, it all depends. For me, just be more mindful of the people you're joking about. I always believe that black people should only really stick to joking on black people, and white people should only continue and stick to joking on white people. I think that's what makes it funny. I think once we cross that line, sometimes, we can backtrack and have to apologize. So I think to be safe, we just stick to our own kind and just joke. And yeah, you're right. Does it make? I think it was good that she actually donated, but I don't know. I always believe that, comedians should stick to their own race. No one's trying to offend anyone in a joke. You're just trying to make people laugh.
Right.
So.
Yeah,
I'm sorry if I didn't answer your question. I apologize. I just wanted to just say yes. I'm glad she apologized. I think she did the right thing by apologizing. Donating the money is a good thing too, but in the future, just be more conscious, be more mindful of the people that you're joking about.
Yeah, I totally get you. I think when it comes to comedians, I think unless you're really talented, you shouldn't be talking about other folk, because certain comedians have the charisma. They're charismatic enough to pull it off. Like we talked about Bernie Mac in another podcast episode before, and then Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle is very charismatic and he knows how to pull that stuff off. Kevin Hart, at times, he's very charismatic and knows how to pull that stuff off. So I think it depends on the comedian. If you're good, you can say something that would normally be taken as offensive and you can flip it and people will be like, oh shoot, that's great. However, when it comes to white comedians, and I'm sorry folk out there for this double standard, but white comedians, y'all already in a position of power and you belong to a power class. So you're really limited in what you can say. Sorry about that, but it is what it is. Yeah.
And guess what? Just stick to what you know. And I think the same thing. I think as long as comedians nowadays, because comedy is different now. So I think as long as you stick to your race, you're good to go. I don't think you offend anybody. But
you're talking about the average comedian, not the ones that are really good. Yeah,
exactly. So I say all this to say, so I'm reading a book called "Spare the Kids: Why Whooping Your Children Won't Save Black America."
Oh wow!
Yeah, the author is Stacey Patton, and basically in this book, just to give you a summary because I haven't finished reading it. I only heard her on a show that I listened to called Karen Hunter. Mm-hmm. She connects whoopings to back to slavery.
And so that's where they came from.
Yeah, that's where the idea
came from.
That's where the idea came from, because in the book she says how, when the colonizers came over to Africa, they were amazed on how the kids were running around, just having fun. If they didn't, and I guess our disciplining wasn't up to their standard. So basically, so many ways we what word am I looking for? So basically, what we did, thanks to them, is we basically took their way of thinking and incorporated it into our lives as far as disciplining our kids. So once again, like I told you, there's another book I was telling you about called Brainwash. I want you to read that too when you get a chance. I know we're all busy, but Spare the Kids: Why Whooping Children Won't Save Black America. It's real good. It's a real good book because it makes you think twice before you spank your kid, and try to come up with other ways to discipline your kids, and it's never really too late, but sometimes it can be too late. So, meaning, if your kid is 16 now and now you're trying to switch up, good luck. What you could do is just take away the beatings and do more communicating. But this is really for little kids, new parents. I think new parents, because you got to start young. It's kind of, So it's a good book, man. You gotta listen to it. I mean, I'm sorry, you gotta read it. I actually have the physical book. I don't know if it has a audio book, but I'm reading the physical book. I got it as a gift. Yeah, man, we got to do better as parents in general.
Yeah, because as parents, you raise the next generation of kids, and you never know, they could be great individuals or they can contribute to world destruction.
Exactly. So, and as far as Just Hilarious, yeah, good gesture, but yeah, just pay attention.
My problem was though people dragging her, because we always talk, like, Black women always talk about, oh, we need to make sure we uplift Black women, and then you have feminists saying, oh, we shouldn't be harming women, and it's like, okay, she made a bad joke, and everybody started dragging her. Even after she made the apology and she said she was going to give the donation, people were still dragging her. Most Black people, Black women and Black men. So it seems hypocritical to me that you're complaining about Black women being disrespected, but then a Black woman makes a mistake and then she goes and tries to correct that mistake, and you're not accepting that.
That is true. It kind of remind me of the Kevin Hart thing. When you apologize, you got to take it for what it is, because at the end of the day, no one has to apologize. She definitely had to call for over 15 grand, so understand that, she put her money where her mouth is.
Right.
I apologize. And by the way, here you go. And to show that I'm sorry for what I did, I would also like to donate, blah, blah, blah. She didn't have to do that part. So it is what it is. Stop dragging people and take it for what it is. But the problem is, though, we got a lot of Twitter thugs and Twitter gangsters. We know those thumbs. They thumbing it up.
Thumb thugging.
Thumb thugging. But they really ain't, but they're really not about anything. And they just want to cause a problem.
Right. And the difference between the Justice Hilarious situation and the Yesjulz situation is that Yesjulz has a continued pattern of disrespecting Black culture, disrespecting Black people. Justice Hilarious doesn't necessarily have a pattern of disrespecting Muslims, disrespecting people. She says some jokes, she says some things that have been wrong at times, but she doesn't have a pattern of keeping, like, continually going in on a certain group, as far as what I have seen. But Yesjulz is a different scenario, so that's where those situations differ. So I don't want people out there to be thinking that we have a double standard when it comes to Black individuals versus white individuals with that stuff. Even though we're going to have our biases a little bit, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, we're going to have our biases. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up the stories I had for today. I just wanted to cover those because I took notes on them, like detailed notes on these stories to make sure I had everything.
Jay Randall come up in here and be like, "Yo, flick the mic, let's do it."
Exactly.
Freestyle off the top of the dome. Let's get it. 1, 2, check.
Yeah.
AKA this show would fail if it wasn't for Jay Stokes.
Thanks, man. But as an educator and as a person who considers himself a scholar and somebody who's out there to really shape the world in a positive way, especially when it comes to how Black individuals are treated, I try to do my best to be objective and get the right stories. But yeah, that's pretty much where it is. I bring the facts, and Jay Random brings the comedy. Just like right now, he dancing on the video. And for those of you who don't know, me and Jay Random, we actually do this podcast via Skype. So he's in another area of the country, and I'm in another area of the country doing this.
Yes.
But somehow we still get it to work. But
yes,
yeah,
we
so
do.
that pretty much wraps up our show today. We're glad that you sat here and listened. I'm gonna have to edit all the craziness that happened behind the scenes. So when you hear this playback, you're not going to hear any of the craziness that happened behind the scenes, and I am not looking forward to that. But hey. Chemistry, K3MISTRY Productions. We gotta do what it do. We're a growing entity, and we're gonna make sure we shape the country and other areas of the world for the better.
I hear you. Yeah, well, always good doing the show, because you already know that. And I'll see you Wednesday for the next show. Because we already know. Because look, I guess in the next show we can talk about the update on the Mueller case.
Yeah, that's loaded. Yeah.
That is loaded. And hopefully by Wednesday, it's updated.
Yeah.
On that note, yo, listen, everyone, thanks for listening to the show. We see you on Wednesday.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
So go a little something like this. That's AVIOT.